I think all Filipinos would know that NOLI Tangere is the title of Rizal's famous fictional novel against the abuses of the Spanish colonial regime in the late 19th century. But I wonder how many Filipinos are aware that these words are actually borrowed from the Latin version of today's gospel. They were the words uttered by Jesus to Mary Magdalene when Jesus appeared to her in the graveyard. The statement, "Noli me tangere," is often translated as, "touch me not." But the better and more accurate translation is actually, "do not hold on to me," as we heard it in the English version of the New American Bible, or "stop holding on to me." I wonder if Jose Rizal had not deliberately intended to address these words to his beloved Filipinas, his patria adorada, whom he had personified in the NOLI with a character called Sisa, the woman who was grieving and who had lost her sanity because she could not find her two sons who had gone missing, Crispin and Basilio. I wonder if Jose Rizal had not intentionally used this line from the gospel as his cryptic way of saying, "I know I will be a dead man walking after I publish this novel. I know that the Spanish colonial authorities will tag me as an hereje or a filibustero, meaning a subversive, and they will want me dead. But what will happen to our beloved country? What will happen to the Crispins and the Basilios of this hapless nation if we all hold on to our personal security and refuse to risk our lives to redeem our native land?" I'm inclined to think that Rizal had meant this especially for his own family and his own friends, who tried their best to persuade him to go easy with his anti-establishment writings. He must have meant it for the people he loved, who tried to convince him to just use a pen name or a pseudonym if he was going to publish the NOLI at all. If this is true, it means that the Noli Me Tangere was probably already the equivalent of his Mi Ultimo Adios. You know, that poem that he eventually wrote and left as parting words before he was executed at the Bagong Bayan. The poem that we all were made to recite by rote memory when we were still in high school. Remember? "Adios, patria dorada, región del sol querida." Noli Me Tangere could have been his way of saying, "Do not hold on to me. Let go of me. My departure will be painful and bitter, but it will be for a good purpose. If it will help awaken this sleeping nation to finally learn to fight for her freedom, to stand for the future of her children." You know, there is no ascension story in the Gospel of John. Oh, we find ascension in the Gospel of Luke and in the Acts of the Apostles. What you have in John is the gospel that we heard today. Jesus, who is leaving a message for his disciples through Mary Magdalene. Do not hold on to me, for I have not yet ascended to the Father. But go to my brothers and tell them, I am going to my Father and your Father, to my God and your God. In short, Jesus is announcing his departure. He is going away. And it is not supposed to be a sad departure, but a happy one. Because it is going to be the equivalent of a home run. In baseball, a home run for humankind. For all of us, having suffered and died in the human flesh, he will now also lift up our mortal humanity to the dignity of divinity and permanently connect us to God. Ascension completes the bridge that Jesus has built through his cross, through the Paschal mystery. This is a timely message for all of us, especially in this time of pandemic, when suffering and death have never become more real to all of us. What is it anyway that we find ourselves holding on to in case we really have to go and our time is up? Look, we're all just passing in this world, aren't we? Jesus' message to Mary Magdalene can be rewarded in another way. Take courage. I have conquered the world. Like Magdalene, we all have the tendency to cling to this world. Young people nowadays love that vocabulary. Napaka-clingy. We have that tendency to cling, to hold on desperately, and to grieve like there is no hope, to borrow from the words of St. Paul to the Thessalonians. I wonder if you have ever heard that parable about the easiest way to catch a monkey. Paano manghuli ng unggoy? They say, all you need to do is to get a coconut. You unhusk the coconut and get the nut of the coconut. And then you make a hole, a little hole on the nut of the coconut. And you put inside the coconut a few pieces of colorful and flavorful candies that the monkey can see when he peeps into the hole. And the monkey can smell the flavor. So what will he do? He will slide his hand into the hole. And the moment he touches the candies, he grabs them and makes a fist. And his hand will be stuck inside the coconut, because no matter what, he will not let go. And that's how you catch the monkey. And yet, the irony of it all is, the secret of being set free is so simple. Do not hold on. Do not cling to me. NOLI me tangere.